I come from a background, I work in inclusion and human rights of people with disabilities and special needs, into PE and sport and physical activity. Absolutely passionate about it. Earlier this year, I was working in a job that was meant to be a dream job, and I found myself really stuck. In March, my little girl turned 1, and I was working full-time from home with a really fancy title in a job that I just wasn't satisfied in. I would sit at home and I'd be a little bit bored. I was talking to the dog, and I was literally clock watching from about 12 o'clock every day to go and run to the nursery to collect my little girl. And I said, there's more to life than this. And I have had an Arbonne business now for about 5.5 years and hadn't done much with it. I had a fantastic client base of customers, but there was something holding me back in building my business. And my good friend Lucy had a massive transformation in her Arbonne business a few years ago. And I was like, who is that lady she worked with? What's her name? What's her name? She's got blonde hair. What's her name? And it just kept popping up on Facebook and Instagram. And I was like, that's her, it's Michelle Walsh. So I sent Michelle a message, and I need to go back and look at that message. I'm pretty sure it was like, help me please. Because I knew that this business would give me an option, if I built it, to be able to actually hand in my notice to that job, or even go back part-time and create the life that I wanted to lead. I always wanted that business to, in the next 10 years, be able to actually fund a charity for the work I do. But I was just stuck. And yeah, so I sent Michelle a very pleading message. We set up a discovery call. Unbelievable. Within seconds, she got everything about me and knew exactly where the blocks were. And so I enrolled on her Shining Stars program, which is a 6-month program. Didn't know where the money was coming from, didn't know how it was going to happen, but I just knew from working like that, even 20-minute call with Michelle, that I needed to work with her, because there was blocks in my mindset or business or something that just needed to be shifted, and it wasn't happening with the personal development I was doing. So enrolled in the Shining Stars program, an unbelievable 6 months. In June, I handed in my notice to that full-time job, and I know. And that was scary, because it was one of these jobs that looks great on paper, and everybody was like, oh my God, Niamh, that's so impressive. So it was really like kind of nerve-wracking to hand in my notice. But now I work 3 days a week for myself as a consultant in that field of work, and earn as much as I did for 5 days. So that's from working with Michelle. That wasn't even an intention. Like, that just came.
We hadn't even spoken about it.
We hadn't even spoken about it, and that's it. Like, she's got a little magic wand of manifesting. It's great. And now my business as well, obviously that started to, like, you know, really take off, because I started to believe in myself, started to share more about it, started to believe in myself as a mentor and a leader. And my business now turns over 4 times more than it used to. My income has quadrupled. So not only has my income from my business quadrupled, but I'm earning the same amount of money in 3 days as I did in 5 in my other role as well, which has given me unbelievable choice around my time. Because I was like, you shouldn't spend more time of your week doing something like that you work at, if you know what I mean. You should be spending more time. There needs to be a more balance. Like, there needs to be more time spent with the people you love, doing the stuff you love, rather than maybe just doing something to pay the bills, if you know what I mean. And I was like, and if I'm going to spend as much time on something I work on, I'm going to make sure it's something I really, really enjoy doing. And now, through working, I can't believe, like, ideal client, I didn't have a clue who my ideal business partners were, let alone my ideal, like, customers. I wrote down who my ideal client is, and now I very much, and I do affirmations every day. I attract all the time positive, driven, focused, fun, successful, kind, consistent, coachable leaders into my business. And yeah, I've gone from having probably 1 or 2 active kind of team members to having 15 active team members who are actively building businesses, and I'm mentoring them and they're mentoring other people. So it's kind of a ripple effect, which is incredible.